Guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Moon Knight Volume 5, Issue number 5 by Marvel Comics. I was never been a big fan of Moon Knight. More like, I liked him in the 80s, 90s. He was a fun character, mostly in the 80s. But I never, was a fan of the character itself. He's multi-layered. He's schizophrenic. He has multiple personalities. He has serious issues. But I always thought this character looked a little bit too much. Well, not looked. Maybe it's more like Batman. I know there's a lot of reference to it, but and a lot of people say, well, these are totally different people, and yeah, I guess they are. But there's also a lot of similarities that I think they could have avoided. Try to, especially in Volume 5, because I got a couple of issues. I tried it. I cannot get into it, and this issue is probably one of the most fun that I've read. But it's more like because of Taskmaster. I have something to say about that, so let's dive in. So it seems that Mark Spector lost everything. He lost his girlfriend. He lost his butler friend. She was in the hospital. He lost his connection with the god Khonshu, etc. Basically couldn't walk anymore, and Taskmaster comes in and bursts through the window and beats him in seconds. Well, that's not very hard because Mark Spector is a pale shadow of his former self. And Taskmaster is monologuing about that he's been hired to basically, kill him. It's more like an easy task. There's some people that wants to get rid of Mark Spector or Moon Knight in general, and Mark wants to fight back, but then he is getting forced from, hey, listen, we're gonna see it here at the television, and the employee is gonna tell you that they want to kill you, and even Taskmaster says, man, that was the worst revenge speech ever, or what? The art of David Finch is brilliant. I really love his art, and I'm very glad he's doing indie comics now. He's a great artist. His sense of, how do you say, detail, and also hires people that, when it comes to inking and especially coloring, bring his work, in a very cool way to life. There's a lot of, shadows and lighting tricks here and there. I really love it. So, Mark's, basically he says, I'm going to behead you now, and then we're done with it. And, Mark fights back because, well, he can't, he's too weak. Then Marlene, oh no, I forgot her name. This is not Marlene, I guess. I don't know who this is anymore. And I was not, wait a minute, this is Marlene. Yeah, Marlene all around, that's how she is. Yeah, this is his ex-girlfriend, and he shoots at Taskmaster, and Taskmaster is making jokes and says, hey, wait a minute, lady, this is not made of adamantium or vibranium. This costs money. And then he shoots an arrow into a pistol, and he says, if you're gonna pull it out, I'm gonna pin your ears to the wall. And then Mark, uses his moon thingy to, pin him to the floor. Marlene puts it out because she's a badass character and tries to shoot him again, and then he throws his short bow or whatever it is. This thing here, and I'm forgetting what it is. And then out of nowhere, a butler comes and then shoots him in the face with a gigantic, I don't know, blunderbuss, I believe. And he says, oh, come on. And Taskmaster falls out of the window and he drives away. And and then they are going to Wayne Manor. I'm sorry. I mean to Long Island. And at the Long Island there is some kind of estate there. It's called the Moon Knight's Mansion. And they are, how do you say? Looks great, by the way. But the problem that I have is it looks too much like Batman. Going to the Long Island Moon Knight's Mansion, which is basically Batman's, home. It's not Batman, I know that, but it is. There's a lot of things in there that reminds me of Batman, and that's not a good thing. I know Mark has always these gadgets and also the copter, you know, the moon copter was a really cool vehicle, by the way. And we see a little bit more of here as well. But hey, what's this? Oh shit, it's coming loose. Oh man, that sucks. Fuck. So Marlene and the butlers and even another woman try to fix him up. So and Moon Knight is becoming, you know, a little bit stronger, is more, you know, try to make things right. While Marlene's try to care for his well-being. And then Mark is, you know, preparing himself. While Marlene tried to search for the people that tried to kill them. And, well, the butler is just, you know, preparing stuff and they're preparing food. And then we see a shot here that reminds me, again, a lot of Batman, you know, except that there's a lot of, you know, cool, deadly weapons that Batman never uses. But yeah, this looks cool, but, you know, this costume's in a bulb. It's very Batman-esque. So, but then he's way too weak. Oh, wait a minute, I'm a little bit too far. Here we go. It looks a cool shot of how he used to be. Very muscular, very detailed, very strong. I love that. And then Marlene says, what are you going to do about that, about the people that want to kill you? Yeah, we have a lot of people, you know, that falling away from our lives. Crawley, Cena, Kit, Samuel, Zanetta, Jean-Paul, me. And she says, what are you going to do about it? He says, vengeance. But then he falls over because he's too weak. So they put him into the moon copter with a specific target. And, I mean, look at this. Wait a minute. Where's the... Come on, camera. This thing here opens up. And then the moon copter comes out. It's looking really cool. I cannot praise the art and even the colorist and the inking enough. But... okay, let me finish the story first, and I'm gonna go towards the problem. So, Taskmaster is complaining that he is he cannot do the job because they promised him something. They promised him that he was weak and that he was not alone, and then now he cannot finish the job. And his employee says, "Well, you need to finish the job, and that's what we're paying you for, and that you are failing our contract, etc." And Taskmaster says he's been duped and he doesn't want to do it anymore, so he needs to get his money back. He wants compensation. And then, well, the Moon Knight, you know, this is going to happen. He jumps away and then these people think, oh, what's going on behind me? And then, you know, they jump in and killing everybody. Yeah, so Moon Knight kills everybody. And then, and again, the art looks great, but enough about that for now. And then he goes out while... Taskmaster wants to kill him still, but he can't do it. And he says, vengeance, and that's the end of the book. So what I'm trying to say here is this book is nice as an action comic with a cool villain. Unfortunately, that's about it. The whole thing, the hero has been beaten down, lost everything. We've seen it all before. Right? We've seen it with Batman. We've seen it with countless other heroes. And I don't get it that he is not, I don't know, try to train him, you know, getting better instead of, you know, going broken and battered into battle. And you can say, well, that is cool. And that he's being, you know, he's persevering or something like that. Well, yeah. What you don't know is that I read issue 6. And then he beats Taskmaster in 2 or 3 pages. Less than 2 or 3 pages. It's no resistance at all. He just beats him because Taskmaster wants to use his sword, points towards at him, and Mark Spector says, or Moon Knight says, well, why don't you gonna do it? See if I'm, you know, stay dead or something like that. And then somehow Taskmaster is becoming scared, and then Moon Knight uses that to his advantage, to ripping out his mask, I mean the mask of Taskmaster, and beneath the mask is a very frightened man. And then he beats him up, and that's it. And then he goes, and then the story goes into another, you know, into another way, it continues into another storyline. I didn't like that at all. I mean, I think Taskmaster has been treated so poorly, in my opinion. They made him basically a little bitch, and I can't comprehend that, because Taskmaster is one of the best non-powered villains because he has photographic reflexes. He can copy every move from every villain, from every person, from every combatant, from every martial artist, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Iron Fist, you name it. He can copy it all and use that to his advantage. But he gets beaten down in 3 pages by someone who is not even at full strength and is basically at death's door. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. So when it comes to this comic, this is okay, but when it comes to the storyline, no, not so very much. We don't even know why the people wants to kill Mark, right? There's no explanation. Maybe it's a little bit later than that, but Taskmaster coming out and say, I have employees want to kill you without certain motivation that has been really revealed yet. No. So I'm giving it a down. So don't buy this for the story, but buy it for the art because David Finch is really cool. Guys, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. I'm gonna make another review very, very soon. Have you a great day.